Today, BSG are releasing patch 14.9.1. The game is down at the moment. It should be coming back up about midday my time, which is about 7 a.m. Eastern. So let's dig into the patch. It's not the biggest of patches, and there's a few parts to it, so I'm actually going to skip the first section, as this relates more to Arena, and go down to the most important change, which is this one, adjusted the ballistic plate colliders. We've heard about this a little bit because people have been wanting a change to the armor system. It still feels too variable and too easy to kill people through thorax shots with the best armor on, and so what they've done is they've made all ballistic plate colliders, which is a collider is basically the model for the hitbox of the plate itself, in the same zone. These are now the same size, so various ballistic plate formats: granite, sappy, granite 4, or corund, i.e. the eastern and the western plates. These will protect the identical surface on the thorax, so they're the same size. Then they've increased the ballistic plate protection area. The front ballistic plate collider increased width and height, added a collider covering the collarbone area, so up here, so it goes a little bit higher, added colliders covering the armpit area at chest level. The back and the sides have got increased width and height as well. So let's just go and look at the video that Nikita posted, because this is going to give us the best insight as to what this is going to change. On the right hand side, we have the existing system, and on the left hand side, we have the new system that's coming with this patch. So as you can see, I think this is probably the 6B13 armor. The panel comes down like this, across to the side and cuts out. Little corners off there, and then back up the other side symmetrical. So as you can see, you can be shot in here and in here, and at the top there's a thorax slice here that we've proven in testing previously, and down here is all stomach. So as we turn it round, we can see some of the huge differences between these two systems. This one has got a gap here, and you can be shot basically up in here, anywhere in there, and that will hit into your thorax and kill you. On this new system, it's kind of hard to see with all the wireframes, but there is actually no gap now, or at least the gap is very, very, very tiny. I think it's this little sliver there. So it's very unlikely to get shot in that particular area of your body. Now, the reason why this is probably a good thing, I know some people quite like the low time to kill, and that a lot of the ammo is useful these days, things like M855, anything with like 30 plus pen. But the problem is that Tarkov's armor system, this new one, was basically a realistic system on top of an unrealistic PMC hitbox model. And the problem here is that the entirety of your thorax is a vital component, you know, even getting shot very slightly as a slice through the side. I know in real life that would hurt a lot, but in Tarkov, basically the getting shot through the side of your chest, or like right up, up right near your shoulder here, is the same as being shot in the heart. And so because of that simplification, it actually doesn't make sense to have a system as complicated as this to protect the PMC's thorax. You're actually better off with this kind of system, because this does more what it does in real life. If the whole of the thorax was equally as important, then the armor plates would be bigger. So now we can see that the side plates have gone from being like this to being like this, so they're more connected to the armor system here. So there's just a seamless coverage when you're looking from the sides. You can't be shot through the side there. And then at the back, we can see as well that you used to be able to get shot in the thorax underneath here and around the edges here, and now you can't anymore. Now, if we stick on the wireframes, these wireframes are actually the hitboxes. I think this is the first time that we've ever seen PMC hitboxes from BSG, which is kind of interesting. You can see the lower leg there and the upper leg there. These are the capsule kind of shape. And then in the arms as well, we've got the lower arm and the upper arm. And we've got then the stomach hitbox, which extends down to there, which is the reason why you're still probably going to be able to get shot there, even with the new armor system. This is the buttocks area, and then this front area is going to be the groin, just above the legs. And one interesting thing is it does look like the armor system protects the stomach even less than usual. So that's sort of intriguing. I guess maybe groin protection is actually going to be quite important, because the armor plates do seem to ride quite a lot higher. You can see where the PMC's t-shirt is here, and there's now a big section missing. So as we scroll around, we can just see how much simpler the hitbox system is. Like how many vertices and edges there are on the old hitbox system. Who knows? Maybe this will even increase performance. I mean, I doubt it, because this is not a very complicated model. This is pretty much what we wanted previously before this armor system was implemented. So back in the past, the armor system had coverage over the entirety of the thorax and the entirety of that armor area, no matter what it looked like. And we're kind of going back to a similar system where all the armors are functionally the same in terms of their parts, but now it's piecemeal. So we've kind of got the best of both. We've got the best of the new system and then the good coverage of the old system. I do think this will make a difference, make fights feel less variable and a bit more fair and a bit more consistent. Although it will inevitably make certain rounds like M855, FMJ, anything in the 30 to 40 pen region slightly less useful. So let's go and look at the rest of the patch notes. Skipping back up to the top, we now have these loot crates that have been added to the game. Equipment crates, which have chest rigs, armor, helmets, helmet attachments, ballistic plates, headsets and masks. weapon crates with pistols, melee weapons, weapon attachments, grenades, and ammo, supply crates with barter items, medicine, stimulants, food, and water, and valuable crates with expensive barter items, keys, keycards, and info items. This is kind of similar to airdrops in some ways. Loot crates are initially locked and obtained for completing daily and weekly operational tasks in Escape from Tarkov Arena, and these crates can be unlocked at the workbench level 2 zone in the hideout. We saw this on Tarkov TV already. I'll put up a little clip on screen. Looks like it's going to take about 5 minutes, so you're going to have to get your hideout to level 2, and then you can unlock the loot crates that you achieve in Escape from Tarkov Arena and bring them back into the base game. So skipping over the ballistics part, we now have all effects of the Mark of the Unheard, which is the scavs don't shoot you thing, now only work in PvE, which was part of the compromise that was made about the Unheard Edition fiasco. And then in the edition bonuses, reduce the insurance time by 30% for EOD owners, as well as those who upgraded from EOD to the Unheard Edition. Interestingly, it seems like Unheard Edition doesn't get this. This is an EOD specific perk, and so you only get it if you had EOD and then upgraded, because then you get both perks. They've added the Cultist Jacket, which is pretty cool for Unheard Edition owners, the one with the hood that can flip up, and unique PMC dog tag appearance for EOD and Unheard Edition owners as well, which is, neither by the by. Now, the other part, the only last little bit of this is the arena patch, which links in with the first part. This is very short. Added the ability to transfer items between stashes, so you earn an item in arena, it goes in your arena stash, then you transfer it over to EF2 to unlock the box. Daily and weekly operational tasks in arena have now a chance to include the loot crates, which can be unlocked in EFT. Added ref standing as a reward for completing low difficulty tasks. Previously, the standing was only rewarded for completing higher difficulty tasks. So that's pretty much it. This ballistics thing, we're gonna have to test it a little bit, but BSG has kind of given us the information by showing us those hitboxes. We roughly have a good understanding of what this is going to be, kind of for the first time in history, which is very, very, very cool. So the patch is still down at the moment. We're gonna look forward to having a go with it a bit later on when it comes up. Until then, a big shout out to all my patrons, and as always, have fun in your raids.